When your dog stares at you in silence, do you actually know what is happening? You probably think they want food or they need to go outside. Maybe they are just being a dog. But what science has found about that silent stare is something most owners never get told. And once you understand it, every time your dog looks at you without making a sound, you will feel it differently. Because that silence is not empty. It is one of the most loaded forms of communication your dog has, and they have been using it on you every single day. Stay with me because what is coming at number 4 is the one that changes everything. Most owners who watch this tell us they had no idea what they were actually receiving. Here is the first thing to understand. Dogs do not have words, they do not have text messages or facial expressions that shift the way ours do. What they have is their body, and within that body the eyes carry more weight than almost anything else. In the wild, prolonged eye contact between animals is rarely neutral. It is a challenge, a threat, a declaration. But something extraordinary happened during the thousands of years dogs spent living alongside humans. They learned to repurpose that gaze entirely. Researchers at Azabu University in Japan discovered that when dogs and their owners made eye contact, both experienced a significant rise in oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that surges between a mother and her newborn child. Your dog did not inherit this from wolves. Wolves raised by humans do not do this. Your dog evolved it specifically for you. So when your dog sits across the room and simply looks at you in silence, they are not waiting for something to happen. Something is already happening. Inside their brain, inside yours, a biological conversation is taking place that neither of you needs words for. That silent stare is not your dog being blank. It is your dog choosing the most powerful form of connection they have. And they are pointing it directly at you. Think about what eye contact actually costs a dog. In canine language, holding eye contact with another animal is a risk. It is an act of exposure. It leaves you open, vulnerable. It signals that you are not scanning for threats, not preparing to run, not ready to fight. A dog who holds a long, soft, unblinking gaze at another animal is doing something extraordinarily vulnerable. And yet your dog does it to you, regularly, sometimes for minutes at a time. Research into dog attachment behavior has consistently shown that dogs reserve this kind of prolonged, relaxed eye contact almost exclusively for individuals they have formed a deep bond with. Not strangers, not people they merely tolerate, the people they have chosen. When your dog stares at you in silence and their body is loose, their ears are soft, their jaw is relaxed, that is not a dog with nothing to say. That is a dog saying something very specific. You are safe, I am safe, I do not need to watch anything else because you are here. Let that sit for a moment. Your dog is making themselves vulnerable, on purpose for you. Here is what most owners never consider. While your dog is staring at you, they are not idle. Their brain is working at a level of detail that most humans never bring to reading another person. Dogs have a scent detection ability between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than ours. And scent carries information. Your body chemistry shifts when you are stressed, when you are sad, when you are unwell, when you are happy. Each state produces measurable chemical changes that your dog's nose picks up in real time. Beyond scent, your dog is reading your micro-expressions, the tiny movements of your face that happen faster than conscious thought. Researchers have shown that dogs can distinguish between happy and angry human faces even in photographs of strangers they have never met. They know what a human frown means without ever being taught. So that silent stare is not passive observation. It is active, sophisticated, continuous assessment. Your dog is building a picture of exactly how you are doing, moment by moment, in more detail than any human in your life likely manages. And they are doing it because they care what the answer is. This is the one most people are not ready for. Think about the last time you were sitting quietly, not crying, not saying anything, just carrying something heavy in your chest, and your dog walked over, sat down in front of you, and just looked at you. You probably assumed they wanted something. They did, but not what you thought. Research published in the journal Animal Cognition found that dogs actively seek out humans who appear distressed, not just their owners, strangers too, but with their bonded humans, the response is faster, more sustained, and more physical. Your dog's silent stare in those moments is not confusion, it is not coincidence. It is recognition. They read the shift in your chemistry, they read the change in your face, they read the way your body is holding itself differently, and they came to you, not to fix it, not because they have a solution, but because in the language they actually speak, presence is the answer. The silent stare says, I see that something is wrong, I am not leaving, I am right here. Most humans cannot offer that without filling the silence with words. Your dog fills the silence with themselves, and they have been doing it every time you needed it without you ever having to ask. Your dog has learned to use you as a reference point. Researchers call it social referencing. It is the same thing human infants do when they encounter something unfamiliar. They look at their caregiver's face first to understand how to feel about it. Your dog does this too, constantly. A strange noise, a new person at the door, a piece of furniture moved to a different place. Before your dog decides how to respond, they look at you, silently, waiting to read your reaction. What you do in that moment matters more than most owners realize. If you tense, your dog reads tension. If you stay calm and relaxed, your dog's nervous system takes that information and uses it. Studies have shown that dogs in unfamiliar situations with a calm owner show significantly lower cortisol levels than dogs whose owners display anxiety. Your dog is not staring at you because they do not know what to do. They are staring at you because you are the one they trust to tell them. You became their compass without ever knowing it, and in every uncertain moment they are checking that compass in silence before they decide how to feel. Pay attention to the moments just before your dog falls asleep. Sometimes they settle beside you and close their eyes immediately, but sometimes they lie down, face toward you, and simply look at you for a moment before sleep takes them. That is not nothing. Sleep is when every animal is most vulnerable. The defenses go down, the body stops being ready. And in the seconds before that happens, your dog does something revealing. They look at you one more time. It is a check, a final confirmation, everything is okay, you are here, I can let go now. In all of evolutionary history, across all the thousands of years that dogs and humans have shared space, this moment has repeated itself millions of times. The dog who looks at their human one last time before sleep. The human who does not always realize what they are receiving. You are the last thing your dog wants to see before they close their eyes. Not the room, not the window, not the other comfortable spots around the house. You have seen this, your dog does something they should not, you discover it, and when you find them they are already staring at you, still, silent, waiting. Most people call that guilt. It is not guilt, not in the way we experience it. Research led by Alexandra Horowitz at Barnard College found that the so-called guilty look in dogs is not connected to whether they actually did something wrong. Dogs showed the same expression when owners believed they had misbehaved even when they had not. What your dog is actually doing in that silent stare is social monitoring. They are reading your emotional state with extreme care, they can tell you are not happy, they can feel the shift in your energy from across the room, and they are holding themselves very still and very watchful because in canine communication, stillness is a signal. It says, I am not escalating, I am not a threat, I am waiting for you to tell me we are okay. That stare is not confession, it is connection even in a hard moment. Your dog is not thinking about what they did, they are thinking about you, about whether you are still safe, about whether the bond is still intact. And the moment you soften, the moment your voice drops or your face relaxes, they feel it before you have said a single word. Because they never stopped watching. That is what is happening when your dog stares at you in silence. Not nothing, not a request, not blankness. A biological conversation, a trust signal, a check-in, an offering of presence, a question, a goodbye before sleep, a reassurance that the bond is still there. Your dog has one of the most sophisticated silent languages of any creature that has ever lived alongside humans, and they have been speaking it to you every single day. You just needed someone to translate. If this changed the way you see your dog, hit like and subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around what the science actually says, not what we assume, not what we project. What is actually happening between you and the dog who cannot stop looking at you? Because they never want to look away.